Hello friends and welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I'm just sitting on the floor at the moment because I'm packing my bag. I've got my camera and everything because I'm just about to head out for a little walk, and I thought it'd be fun to bring you along because I know that quite a lot of you, like myself, enjoy a browse in a bookshop, and I think that's the plan for today. I wish that it was earlier in the day. I have just been faffing about and it's about either 2:30 or near 3 o'clock now. And most bookshops I've had a look close around 5:30 or 6, so we should still be okay to try and visit a couple. I'm just trying to decide what my game plan is because I'm based in Leith and there are lots, at least 3 independent bookshops that I can think of the top of my head in and around Leith, like nearby. But there's also a bookshop that I have been wanting to visit and I haven't. I visited them in their old location, which was at Holy Corner between like Bruntsfield and Morningside, and that's the Edinburgh Bookshop. And they're an award-winning bookshop, and I went there I think maybe once when they were in that location, and they've since moved to Bruntsfield's High Street, just a little bit further down, and I've not visited their new shop yet, and it looks so beautiful. So I can't decide, because if I go to that one, it means that maybe we won't manage to visit as many bookshops in this video because it is a little bit further from where I stay. But at the same time, I really want to go. And I don't know if it's worth getting the bus up just to try and save some time. So yeah, I'm a bit of a quandary. I think that's also the reason I've been procrastinating and not leaving the house, because I can't make my mind up whether I want to go to like Argonaut Books, Toppings, Typewronger, maybe go to Stockbridge as well, or do I want to go a little bit further afield and go to Edinburgh Bookshop. It's actually my plan today to go to East Linton to visit Night Owl Books, but thank goodness I checked and they're closed I think on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and today's a Tuesday. And the reason particularly I'm doing this today, it sounds like a fun day to me anyway, visiting on bookshops, but I've mentioned it on Instagram, I haven't officially mentioned it here I don't think, but Books Are My Bag got in contact with me about Independent Bookshop Week, and they asked whether I would like to be the Independent Bookshop Week champion for Scotland, and I was so thrilled and so honoured. So I'm just doing a couple of videos for them, and the next video coming up on Instagram is about one of my favourite maybe local shops in the area, and I actually can't decide. I've been thinking about it for a good week and I don't think I have a particular favourite bookshop. I really love Toppings at the top of Leith Walk, but I've already featured them in my sort of announcement video, so I thought it would be fair and fun to branch out and choose a different bookshop. So probably if I had to pick, I love a browse in Toppings bookshop, and I think because I feel like we have a connection, me and Toppings, because they were so supportive when I brought my book out, and I just always feel very, very grateful to them. So anyway, I'm still procrastinating because I don't really know what we should do, but I'm thinking let's just leave the flat and see what I feel from there. Oh, the decisions both sound so good. Okay, let's get going, and it's a lovely day, it's beautiful out, it's only got nicer, and it's got a blue sky at the moment, so I've got my summer dress on. I think I'm just going to bring a denim jacket, and let's get going. I've decided on option 1 that we're going to explore Leith's bookshops and maybe Stockbridge if we have time. So that's our first bookshop done, and I wanted to share a few sort of reasons that I do really like Argonaut. First of all, they have a cafe, which is always a plus in my book, and a very reasonably priced one too, $2.50 I think for all drinks. I also really like how they have, I think quite a few bookshops do this, but I really like when they have the little cards beside the books with reviews or, you know, reasons why you might enjoy it. And also I really liked how each section was very clearly marked, like fantasy, art, poetry, very clearly marked. So I really enjoyed Argonaut. I saw a few books that I was tempted by because I don't think I mentioned actually. Oh, it's a bit windy. Hopefully that's okay now. But anyway, I think I was saying, I didn't mention earlier, but as part of being the champion for Scotland, that sounds like I've won the Olympics, they sent me a little book token to get a few books. So I'm keeping my eye out today. I saw a few that I was very tempted by at Argonaut, but I did not end up getting them. And I'm really, if you've watched for a while, you might know, I've mentioned it in the past, I really enjoy a floppy book. I don't like breaking the spine, so that's another reason. I saw a few that I would be very tempted by, but they were just very tight. There are people about. Anyway, I'm now on my way to Stockbridge because I would really like to visit Hare Books and Rare Bird Books as well. And both Topping and Typewronger are open till I think 9 o'clock at night. So we have oodles of time to visit them, whereas Rare Bird and Hare close at 5:30 or 6, I think. So that was Rare Bird Books, a really lovely shop that stocks all female authors. Bugs everywhere. And such a lovely staff that was working there. We had a little chat and she was recommending that book to me, the Remarkable Creatures about the octopus. So very tempted by that. I'm a bit peckish, but I think we're going to go to Hare Books first and then think about what snack to have. That was Golden Hare Books. I'm now near Broughton Street, so I've been walking for a little bit. Again, I was tempted by a few books, specifically James by, I can't think of the author now, but it's the one that's linked to Huckleberry Finn, the story. So anyway, now we're on to Toppings, I think first, and then maybe Typewronger. I'm not sure. See which one we come to first. So I hope you enjoyed joining me for a little wander around a few of Edinburgh's brilliant independent bookshops. We're so fortunate to have so many in the city to choose from. Pretty much every neighbourhood has a bookshop or a second-hand bookshop, or charity shop that sells books, little libraries. We're just really so fortunate. I really enjoyed my little wander. The only thing is I'm a super duper indecisive person, and my worst nightmare is going into a restaurant with 20, 30, 40 things on a menu because I just can't decide. And I felt a little bit like that in the bookshops when I was trying to pick. I think I've got 2 books to get from my book token, and obviously I can buy more to support bookshops as well during Independent Bookshop Week. But there was just such a plethora. There are so many great books out at the moment that I just couldn't decide. So I have quite a few on my list that I'm thinking of, like James. What was the other one? Extraordinary. I'm just butchering all the titles. Extraordinary Creatures or something. And there's also, apology about the noise, I'm currently in my parents' house in Fife. I'm just here for the weekend. And I don't know what that noise was. There was a little boy outside playing football, so possibly that. There's also dogs. But anyway, all of that to say, I have lots of options and I just need to decide which ones I want to buy. But Books on My Bag also sent me a really kind care package. So along with my book token, they also sent one of their magazines. I don't know how often the magazines come out, but I have been in independent bookshops and picked them up. They're free. I would highly recommend them. So they sent me one of their free magazines, and they also sent me one of the Indie Book Awards, which I believe are books that are voted on by a panel of independent bookshop owners. I think that's how it works. I think that they select what they think are just some of the best books published this year or maybe last year. And at the moment, we don't know which ones won this year, but the one that I got, which I'm so excited about, I may have emailed because they did ask us if we had a preference, and when I saw this book, I knew that this is the one that I would really enjoy reading, hopefully. It is Elif Shafak's There Are Rivers in the Sky, and just look at that beautiful front cover. Oh, isn't that so beautiful? Because last year I read one of her books called The Island of Missing Trees, and I think it was maybe one of my favourite reads of last year. It was just so good, would highly recommend. So when I saw this book, and I've done a little bit of Goodreads research, it's only been getting good reviews. It's so delightful. I'm only, where am I read to? So this is how far I've made it so far. I'm in a little bit, not a reading rut necessarily, that's not the book's fault. I think I just go through waves of I read so much, and then other times where I maybe doom scroll a little bit too much, and that cuts into my reading time. So I'm trying not to do that. But so far, I'm just a few chapters in and thoroughly enjoying this book, which is no surprise. So I am reading this book, and Independent Bookshop Week starts, I believe, on the 14th, which was Saturday, and it goes to the 21st, so just 1 week. And I'm hoping to visit more independent bookshops in Edinburgh, maybe beyond this coming week, and yeah, hopefully filming it as well and deciding which books I'm going to get. Anyway, if you have an independent bookshop, your local bookshop, don't forget to support them this week, and if possible in the future as well. I'm just such a big bookshop fan. I feel there's a wonderful quote, I'm not going to say it now, but I'll pop it on the screen, and I just really agree with it. It says something along the lines of a town isn't a town without a bookshop, and I just find them such relaxing places. I think because when I grew up in Malaysia, we always went to bookshops. There were these giant big, I think they were called Popular, and they sold books and stationery, and I just got to have a little wonder about the shop while my mum looked, looking at all the different books and magazines. So yeah, it's a very comforting place for me, and I'm sure it is for many other people too. Anyway, I've been rambling on for a good nearly 5 minutes. I hope that you're all doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much if you've made it this far.